she's been in Phoenix. Obviously, she speaks well about Phoenix, but you might have noticed when she said this. Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. First of all, I gotta say the lighting has been really weird lately. Feels like it's just shining on my forehead. It's shining on the basketballs. I don't know what's going on. So please forgive me for that. Can't do anything about it, at least right now. So let's just continue with the point of this video. Indiana Fever fans were very excited when in the offseason, the franchise picked up veteran players to go alongside the 5 returning players from the Indiana Fever. Players who have won championships, players who are all-stars, players who've been like Natasha Howard in the league for, I think, 10 years, for Sydney Colson, 10 years, DeWanna Bonner, 15 years. And then you have a player who's been in the league for 6 years, and yet she too is respected. I'm talking about Sophie Cunningham. She hasn't even been in the league as long as Kelsey Mitchell, but she gets respect. She works hard on both ends of the court. She's a leader, and I think she has the potential to be the glue on this team because she's fun, and yet when it's time to work, she's intense. She's going to communicate. She's going to uplift you. She's going to, we see this in training camp. She's giving direction. She's looking like a coach over there on the floor. And she already told us, this is another huge thing she brings. She already told us when the Fever announced that she was coming on, I stick up for myself and I stick up for my teammates. There's leadership in that. And I see something in her in the training camp that I really like. So we're going to look at some of the footage of her leadership role that I'm seeing on this team. She's a tweener. She called herself a tweener. She's not a veteran. She's not a rookie. She's a tweener, but tweeners can be leaders too. That needs to be a t-shirt. Tweeners can be leaders too. This was day 2 of training camp, and I'm at the Fever X page.
Fast or whatever and run. Make them run. We need to be quicker than that group there.
Okay. So here she is in this leadership role. You can see you got assistant coaches right here, and then you've got, looks like some of the younger players here. I'm looking from the back of them, but I think this is Yvonne. I think this is Bree. This is Timpson. This might be, is this Jillian? Brianna Turner? I'm not sure. I can't tell. I'm looking at the back of them, but I know who a few of them are. And I also know that Sophie Cunningham is giving some direction on how they need to be playing. Let's look at it again.
Run. Make them run. We need to be quicker than that group there.
Okay. Make them run. You got to be quicker than the other group. Leadership. The Fever highlighted her energy in a post on X. One thing about Sophie Cunningham, she's going to bring the energy. Yeah, y'all. Now you know. Like I said, she's looking like an assistant coach over here on the sideline. Over here, look at that. She coaching the team right here, assistant coach, head coach, something. Now I'm gonna go back to what she's saying. Yes, outlet. When I hear outlet on this team, I get extra excited. For those who don't know, outlet, if a rebound is gotten, then the person who is handling the ball, the point guard, is yelling outlet so that the rebounder knows exactly where to find them, gets them the ball so you can push the ball up the floor. That's why she's yelling outlet, because that's what this team needs to do. So Caitlin or Sydney or looks like It might be even this Sophie Cunningham herself running the point. You got to be vocal. You've got to call outlet. Okay. And so this is what she's saying. Check it out again. Like she's yelling switch. All this talking on the floor is so important. Stay high, stay high. Telling them to stay high, just giving directions, being vocal on the floor. And so here it looks like she's working on running the point some, and here she's calling outlet so she can get that pass. Here she comes. I love it. Like I said yesterday, I love vocal performance on the court, particularly on defense and on offense. That outlet call. So we're not trying to look for you, Caitlin. I can hopefully in a loud arena. I can that can help. If I can hear you and I can get the ball to you and you can push the ball off the floor. That's the way they want to play. Go, Sophie. Like she's doing the things. She's not just talking about it. She was on the sideline there. She was going outlet, outlet, say outlet, outlet, outlet. And then when she was on the floor, what was she doing? What did she do? She called outlet so she could push the ball up the floor. Is she going to be a backup point guard? That's the thing about this team too. I believe quite a few players can play multiple positions. So you got Caitlin at the point, you got Sydney at the point. Looks like Sophie might be leading at the point as well at times. Okay, so after day 3 today, some of the players got an opportunity to speak with the media. Sophie Cunningham was one of them. And I won't be showing the whole thing. I will, of course, be putting the link in the description of this video. But this was Sophie and then Michaela Timpson. I'm going to show you some snippets of Sophie in the comments she has made about being there in Indiana and the training camp so far. Just a couple snippets. You should go watch the whole thing.
You know what? This is just like a breath of fresh air. I'm not kidding. I think it's been day 5, day 6. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. But it's just everyone's in it for the right reason. Everyone's in it. You have great energy. You have great people. And at the end of the day, everyone's putting aside their agendas and doing what's best for the team. And let me tell you, it is refreshing, and everyone's excited to be here.
And now she's going to be asked a question about the chemistry. How has it been getting the chemistry going?
What's that kind of chemistry building process been like, especially off the court?
Yeah.
Since you guys are all now on market.
You know, I don't even want to sound like this, but it's been easy. It's been easy because you have really, really great people here that want to be a part of something special. And so they're not only phenomenal athletes, but they're phenomenal people. They're out in the community. They do what's right. I don't know. We're just good stewards. And so when you're around those types of people, it's refreshing. And when I say this, I'm truly happy to be here because it hasn't been like this for my career in a really long time.
I found it interesting that she used the word refreshing a couple times in just the little bit I showed you. I think even more if you watch the whole video. It is refreshing to be in Indiana. And that's the impression I get in listening to some of you, reading your comments. You feel the same way. There's something special about Indiana. There's a refreshment that, she's been in Phoenix. Obviously, she speaks well about Phoenix. But you might have noticed when she said this.
That want to be a part of something special. And so they're not only phenomenal athletes, but they're phenomenal people. They're out in the community. They do what's right. I don't know. We're just good stewards. And so when you're around those types of people, it's refreshing. And when I say this, I'm truly happy to be here because it hasn't been like this for my career in a really long time.
It has not been like this in my career in a really long time. She talked about them not just being good athletes, but good people. They do the right thing. They're serving in the community. They're good stewards. I love that word, stewards. We are to be good stewards of the opportunities we've been given, of the gifts and talents that we've been given, of the platforms we've been given. And she's like, they're just good people. And she said it's refreshing. And it hasn't been like that in my career in a long time. And again, she speaks very well of being in Phoenix, but sounds like she needed some refreshing, and Indiana provided that for her. And so here she is as a player, one who's willing to learn, but also someone who is demonstrating leadership. We see it in her, how vocal she is on the court and how she's playing on the court. We see it in the press availability. That's another thing about this team. You don't have to worry when you put a mic in front of their faces. They just represent the organization well. I think Sophie Cunningham is going to be a huge part, not just of the on-court success, but in the community and for the fans. I'm excited that she's there, and knowing that she's as tough as they come as well, I feel good about what she brings. And leadership is vital. As you see scrolling across your screen, please subscribe and like. But I don't want to fail to say thank you to those who are already subscribed to the channel, those of you who have hit like already, those of you who are members of the channel. I appreciate you all so much. Those of you who just watch and are dialed in here at the Adrienne Ross Show, it means a lot. So I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.